Welcome back to Dr. Joe's Dojo. Haven't made a recording for quite a while. Today we're going to start something different. I'm going to title it Tai Chi and Qigong from scratch. Behind me you'll see I have a visitor. That's my son Colin. Colin is responsible for getting me started doing this a little over 2 years ago. And he is the one that set up the lighting, he set up the sound, he set up the camera. Without him, none of this would have been done. He has decided that we should make a recording of someone starting from scratch who has never done Tai Chi before and see if I can kind of get them through the whole process. If you recall, Tai Chi is a soft martial art. By soft, I mean it's not aggressive, it's not fast, but it's Kung Fu slowed down.
Well, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. If you watched any of the Kung Fu movies, you'll notice that the movements in Tai Chi are very similar, but they're very slowed down. There are some physiologic advantages to having it slowed down. Originally, Tai Chi started, and because it didn't look just like Kung Fu, because the Chinese emperors didn't want the common people to be able to fight. But the common people found that they needed to fight. So they learned Tai Chi. Kung Fu very slowly. I mentioned that there's some physiologic reasons why it's helpful, and I'll demonstrate. If I do get my arms up over my head rapidly, and then down rapidly, going up, I have the advantage of centrifugal force and momentum moving my arms up. Coming down, I have a lot of gravity effect. If I go up at this speed, now I don't have a lot of momentum. It's all neuromuscular. And coming down, I'm kind of fighting gravity actually, and much more neuromuscular effort is required. I think that's very helpful. We'll start out today and I'll demonstrate and show Colin basic foot movements, basic hand movements, and then we'll do Qigong. Now Qigong is the Chinese exercise for health. It's very stationary. There's not a lot of moving side to side, back and forth, front, and it doesn't take up much space, but it's extremely helpful because by the time we finished with our 15 minutes of Qigong, we have moved everything. Our next session, we'll start doing the actual Tai Chi, which is much more linear and much more difficult to follow because you have to remember which movement comes next and which one comes after that and which one comes after that. So today we're just going to do the Qigong part, but we'll start by demonstrating the foot positions. Okay, Colin, you ready?
Yep. You probably need to step back a little bit more so people can see your feet.
Me?
Yeah, so they can see. There you go.
Okay. Closed stance, feet together, or close together, whichever you're comfortable with. Open stance, about shoulder width apart. Wide open stance, which we're going to do. Now get into that closed position, and there's a couple of other movements that we do. We do a toe step. We do a heel step. A very important movement is a bow step. This is important because it's a very powerful movement if you want to be aggressive. And a T-step. Got it?
Sure.
Pretty simple, huh?
Yeah.
Hand movements, there aren't too many. Back of the hand. It's a blocking move. Push you away, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Palm strike. That's a powerful move. Think about the difference between using your fist to hit someone or something and using your palm. If you take your fist and punch that wall, you're going to break your hand, more than likely, unless you've been training for years and years. If you hit them with the palm, you're not going to break anything. You can hit really hard with the palm and not hurt yourself. But it's very powerful because you can break somebody's face just with that. Those are probably the important things that we're going to do. In the Qigong that we're going to do, we don't do there's not a lot of striking, but there is some. It's mainly movement, flexibility, and strength. At my age, I'm not going to get real strong. But I want to try to maintain some flexibility still. I want to maintain some strength, what little strength I have at my age. If you want to get really strong with this stuff, then you go on and do the Kung Fu, which is very fast, very rapid. There are multiple forms of Qigong. If you go on YouTube, there are hundreds of them. And they're all very similar, and they're all very slow, and they all pretty much try to move everything. In the Tai Chi itself, there are multiple forms of Tai Chi. Every major family in China, way back when this started 800 years ago or 900 years ago, each family had their own form of Tai Chi. The form that we do is a combination kind of several, and it was put together, well, it was actually mandated by Mao Zedong in the 50s. He took the leaders of all of the major forms of Tai Chi, put them together and said, you guys are going to stay here until you come up with a simplified form that everybody can do. And they did. And it's kind of the universal, done throughout the world, standardized form of Tai Chi. And that's what we're going to do. It has 24 movements, more than 24 movements. It has 24 postures. And each posture has several movements. Well, some of them only have one. Some have 6 or 7 movements in that posture. We'll learn them as we go. The Qigong, which we'll do today, is all you have to do is follow me. It's very simple. I'll kind of talk through where the hand should be. If we were training to be in a Tai Chi competition, we would be really careful about everything has to be just perfect. Every hand has to be in the right place. Every foot movement has to be perfect. But that's not why I'm doing this. Are you planning on doing competition in what?
We'll see.
Well, anyway, I'm doing it for the movement and the flexibility. You can't do it wrong. If I move my right hand up and you move your left, big deal. You know, what difference does it make? The end result is movement and flexibility, and that's what we're interested in. I will put on a little video of my doing this, only to give us kind of a guide time-wise, okay?
Okay.
So let me find it here. Now it's best if we face probably this way if you want to get either alongside of me, or can you still see you in the video? Okay, now I would start with feet together, arms relaxed, and you can follow me on there. Reach for the ceiling and breathe in as you go up, and then come down and breathe out. Now, open stance, shoulder width apart, hands on your hips, and we're going to rotate our heads without moving our shoulders. So start by turn your head to the left, as far as it'll go, back to the front, to the right, back to the front, up to the ceiling, front, and down to the floor, back to the front. Okay, now reach out in front of you and kind of make a little triangle out there with your hands, and then pull back as far as you can, and then back out to the triangle, and then pull back as far as you can, triangle, pull back. I find it's helpful to follow one of my hands back because then I'm exercising my neck too, and then alternate, pull back, and look at the next other hand, and back to the triangle. Now make two fists up close to your chest, and then we're going to reach for the ceiling, stretch as high as you can, back down to the two fists. Reach for the ceiling, and back down. Most of these are done in sets of 4. Some only 2 and 1 in 8, but we'll get to that when we get there. Stretch, breathe in when you go up and out when you come down. Now, cross your wrists out in front of you and then swing out, breathe in, make a big circle. Cross your wrists, swing out, make a big circle. Cross your wrists, swing up, and breathe in when you go up and out. Once more, up and out. Now, when you come down, put your hands on your low back and then slide up and flex your wrists and extend your wrists. Low back, slide up, flex, extend. Low back, slide up, flex, extend. Once more, flex, extend. Now put your right hand behind your back down near your tailbone, and then reach for the ceiling with your left hand and down. Move that left hand up a little bit in the back, reach for the ceiling with your right hand and down. Move it up a little more in the back, left hand up and down. Move it up in the back a little bit more, right hand up and down. Now, lock your fingers together and then come up overhead, bend to the left once and twice, and come down. Lock them together again, up overhead, bend to the right once and twice. Now come down and make two fists, and then push your right hand forward and rotate as far to the left as you can without moving your feet. Now push with the left hand, rotate to the right. Back, right hand, rotate, back, and left hand. and back. Now put your hands on your low back, and then we're going to roll our hips. Left, front, right, back. Left, front, right, back. Left, front, right, back. Left, front, right, back. Now we're going to go the other direction. Right, front, left, back. Right, front, left, back. Right, front, left, back. Right, front, left, back. Now upright. We're a little faster than the video. Okay, cross your wrists, hands at your wrists, and then come up overhead and put your arms out, palms up, and then palms down, and relax. Come up again, up overhead, palms up, palms down, and relax. Now come back up again. Make two fists when you do, and do that. Turn to the left, bow step, palm strike. Turn to the right, bow step, palm strike with your left hand. Front, left, palm strike. Front, right, palm strike. Good. Now, feet together. Come up overhead with your locked fingers. Bend to your knees. And now to your feet. And then slide back up again. Lock them together again. Overhead. Breathe in when you go up. To your knees. And to your feet. Now when you come up, keep your knees bent a little bit and put your hands on your knees, and we're going to rotate our knees. Start by going left, 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 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to go the other direction. Start going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now back up straight. Take that wide open stance now and bend your right knee and rotate to the left. Up straight, bend your left knee and rotate to the right. Up straight. Right knee, bend. Up. And left knee bend. Good. Okay, now close stance. Slide down and squat, and then straighten up, and then slide back up. I'm going to do that again. Slide down, squat, and straighten up. And I just lost my microphone. Okay. Wide open stance. Put your right hand on put your left hand on your right thigh and your right hand up in the air. And then switch. The left hand up in the air. Switch. Right hand up in the air. Switch. And left hand up in the air. and switch. Okay, up straight again. And we're going to step forward with your left foot, and if you can balance well, hug your right knee, and then step back. Now step forward with your right foot, and hug your left knee, and step back. Now, we're going to put our hands on your hips, and we're going to do what's called the Tai Chi walk. Step forward with your left foot, come up on the toe in the back. Step forward with the right foot, up on your toe in the back. Left foot, up on your toe. And right foot. Now put your feet together. And we're going to do that, but we're going to do it in backing up. Right foot back. Up on the toe, left foot back, up on your toe, right foot back, up on your toe, and left foot back. Now put your feet together. Take that wide open stance. Make two fists. And then push forward with two hands. Now, feet together or slightly apart, whichever. And we're going to reach up overhead. And when we get up there, we're going to come up on our toes a little bit. Reach up on your toes, and down. Up, on your toes, and down. Up, on your toes, and down. And up on your toes once more, and down. Now, come up the center with both your hands. When you get to the top, make two fists, and then swing them down. Up the center with two fists at the top, and down. Up the center, fist at the top, and down. And once more, up, fist at the top, and down. Now, swing them up, fist at the top, and down the center. Circle up, fists, down the center. Circle up, fist, and down the center. And once more. Up, fist, down the center. Now, put your hands on your hips. With your right hand, come up overhead, and then circle the body. Now, with your left hand, up overhead, and circle. Now, bend to the left, circle, bend to the right, upright, forward bend, keep your face up, upright, and backward bend, look at the ceiling. upright. Now, bend to the right, circle, upright, forward bend, upright, and backward bend. Upright. Now, put your feet together, reach for the ceiling, and come down. Okay, we have now done the 24 Qigong. Next time we do this, we'll add a couple of the Tai Chi moves, okay? Because I won't have to talk as much, so it won't take as long.
Okay.
I try to make these so they're 25 minutes long, maybe.
Okay. That sounds good.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Thought it was all right. Lots of movement. Felt good in my back.
It'll help your back there.
See? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it won't hurt it anyhow.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
good to move my back. I can just.
And it's kept me upright, I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
to having done this for 20 years now. I'm not all hunched over like this, at least. Okay?
Well, it's because you're not on your phone all the time, right?
Huh?
You got to get on your phone to hunch your shoulders over, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, hopefully that was of help for some of you.